Bonjour traders, welcome back to Simply Forex. Today is Wednesday the 14th of February and we're going to start by looking back at yesterday's trades. But if you stay till the end of the vid, guys, I'll also give you my trade ideas for today and we'll give you the important news for today as well. But let's start with yesterday. And speaking of news, it was all about news. You had Swiss franc news, you had pound news, and you had US dollar news, and this all drove the market yesterday. And it helped one such trade, and that was Euro Swiss franc. This was one trade idea from yesterday, and we were looking to buy this. So why were we looking to buy this? Well, we were in a downtrend until here. Yeah, because we started to get a higher lows. This is a strong indication that trend could change, or at least price can get back up to these last highs. And that was my target until the news come out and I thought, let it rip. So yeah, we were looking to buy, and you can just see all of these bullish candles. That's bullish, bullish. And like I say, we just wanted to come back up to these last highs, but that news really drove it on. If we drop down to the H1, because I actually entered in here, right, guys? You can't, because it had such a big move, you can barely see my entry. But my entry was a couple of days ago, yeah, in here, or a day ago. Yeah, we entered in here, put my stop below here. But before the news had come out, I had already taken some profit here and moved my stop. I even tightened it some more. Yeah, I moved my stop to here before the news came out. And then I had a bit of a risk-free trade. Yeah, I'd taken some profit. I'd moved my stop to here just to give it a little bit of room to move. And then price just went kapow. Yeah. And obviously I didn't have my take profit in here. Normally I will, or an alarm. Yeah. And I just let this rip a bit, and I ended up closing the entire trade at 9,480. All right, so I managed to get an extra 20 pips on what I originally planned. So Euro Swiss franc all round was a good trade, managed to capitalize on the news risk free as well. All right, so there's a tutorial on that in the VIP Discord channel, so come check it out, and also put all my trade ideas there. So Euro Swiss franc, happy days. It was the same for New Zealand Swiss franc, but obviously I was in the Euro Swiss franc, so I didn't want to double my risk there. But we were looking to buy this. So why were we looking to buy this? Well, this was in the most miserable little downtrend I've ever seen. Yeah, and then it just shot up, and this is where we was. Yeah, it was in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, uptrend. All right, and then we were interested in this grey zone to buy. Yeah, and as you can see, that's exactly, that was exactly what happened. If we drop down to the H1, again, it was news driven. Yeah, so price come down to this grey zone that we had pinpointed, and then the CPI was terrible for Switzerland, and then the Swiss franc got weakness, and bang, it come up and hit target within a couple of hours. All right, so that was a good trade, and I really like it when technicals, chart technicals, like here we know this is a good level, is then supported by the data, the CPI data. Yeah, it really makes the market move quickly, because you can imagine there's already buyers in here anyway, and then they see that news and then everyone's jumping on it. All right, so yeah, New Zealand Swiss franc, news driven, but again, that would have been a good trade. And then finally, guys, pound New Zealand dollar. And like I said, it was all about news yesterday. But let's start with the day chart. So pound New Zealand dollar, yeah, we were looking to sell this pair. All right, we're clearly in a downtrend at this point. Even at this point, yesterday's candle, that was all news driven. Okay, but at this point, yeah, we're looking for sells, and sells make sense, right? But then news, yeah, if we go to the H1, yeah, we was even potentially coming down here, but news just kept driving this up. At no point did we ever have a straight structure breakdown, and that's what we were looking for. We were initially looking for a structure breakdown in here, never happened, or in here, never happened. Yeah, just look at that H1, just purely uptrend, and still is. You know, if it starts breaking this level, maybe of interest, but there's too much buying pressure for me. And if you look at the H4, you know, not one of those candles tells you to sell pound New Zealand dollar. So guys, you might have a trade idea, yeah, like we did, pound New Zealand dollar sell, but you need something to tell you to sell it. Yeah, and we just didn't get that. Look at that candle, that candle, that candle, that candle. You would be a crazy mofo if you started to sell that. And those were the trades from yesterday, guys. Let's take a look at today's trades now. Guys, if you enjoy my trade analysis and receiving my trade ideas every single day, then please come join the channel. We'd love to have you. So please subscribe to the channel right now. Smash the notification button so you receive an alert. And also smash that like button, guys. It really supports the channel and it keeps the crazy editor happy. Right, so trades for Wednesday the 14th, guys. Before we get started, let me just mention, if you haven't joined our trading community, then why the hell not? Come join it, guys. We've got like-minded traders sharing knowledge, ideas, trades. Come join us. Join the free Discord channel. We've also got the VIP Discord channel where I give you my trade signals. You also get access to so many tutorials. And you get access to me, as in you can ask me questions if you need help. All right, so come join the VIP Discord. Also, guys, if you would like to be coached one-on-one with myself, then drop us an email and we'll send you the details of the mentorship program. And finally, guys, if you would like to become a Simply Forex YouTube member and show your support for the channel, then you can, and there's loads of perks for doing so. Check it all out. Question for today, guys, is the same. Yeah, I want to know what you struggle with in trading. All right, please leave a comment below this vid and we will slowly get round to making, well, as quickly as we can, not slowly, depends on our workload, but we will get round to making as many tutorials as we can to help you guys. And also, don't forget, live stream today, 7 AM New York EST time. Be there or be square. Get your questions ready. Right, today, guys, is all about the news aftermath or the news backlash, right? We had Swiss franc, yeah, CPI data that was shocking. And we had pound employment data that was very good. And we had dollar strength off of CPI figures as well. So we're going to look at all of those. And the thing with news, guys, is that it doesn't always materialize into a trade. Yeah, because if you get a news, you know, good data come out, you know, it really pushes whatever pair you're in. And what that normally leads to is very overbought or oversold areas, and doesn't normally materialize into a trade. So let's look at a few examples. So, you know, Euro Swiss franc, I would still want to buy this. Yeah, there's no two ways about it. I still want to buy this, but today it's not a trade. Yeah, it's just simply not. It's just too overbought. You know, if we start buying here, this is our target. You know, and that's the problem with news. It does shake the market up, which sometimes it needs, but then it flies off, and then you can't catch the trade anyway. If we start, you know, it might happen today, but if we start getting a retrace down to here, then potentially we've got a trade. Let's have a look at a couple of other Swiss franc pairs. Yeah, I mean, Canadian dollar Swiss franc more so. I don't like this top wick, but if Canadian dollar Swiss franc retraces into here, and then we can start buying, you know, so that's the problem we have. Or Aussie, or you have things like this, Aussie dollar Swiss franc, it just pushes it up to a very nice resistance level. Yeah, and then you don't have a trade. All right, so that was Swiss franc. We also had, you know, pound news, which made the pound fly. You know, and if you look at any pound pairs as well, I mean, obviously pound Swiss franc, that would be, you know, look at that, it's so overbought. Yeah, no trade there. You know, pound yen. the problem with this one is it's breaking weekly highs. I would arguably like to see the weekly candle finish first. So we shall see with this, because yen pairs, the indices are dropping and the yen pairs aren't. Yeah, this correlation or lack of correlation concerns me. But you know, pound CAD, okay. I mean, it has shot up, but only to a high, so we don't really have a trade here. But there was one pound Aussie dollar. Yeah, we can consider this, guys, because this has literally just broken through these highs. So if we look at pound Aussie dollar, yeah, we're in an uptrend. It's broken these highs. Yeah, and it's not too oversold. It's not bashing into any resistance. So if we go down to the H4, if we get a retrace into here with pound Aussie dollar, yeah, I think potentially we've got a nice trade back up to at least here, if not further. All right, but we need a retrace because that news has made price fly away. So that was the pound. And pound Aussie dollar, you know, that would be a trade idea for today. And then it was US dollar. Yeah, that CPI figure led to US dollar strength, but nothing's changed for me with the US dollar pairs, even on the back of that news. We've got that weekly, daily, you know, contradiction. So again, you know, this is the weekly chart on pound US dollar. Yeah, look at this candle. Look at this structure. Yeah, I would buy that. Okay. Whereas on the day chart, that is crying out for a sell. Yeah. Price was in this range and then broke down, retraced to the moving average 20, massive bearish candle. Yeah. Take it back down to these lows, if not further. But it's just a case of, yeah, weekly versus daily. Aussie dollar, US dollar. Again, you know, this is breaking down and crying out for a sell on Aussie dollar, US dollar. But if we look at the weekly chart, yeah, you know, what might happen is this, this area through here, this last low, we might get a candle where we see this happen. Yeah, we see a wick back into those lows. So I'm still not convinced by US dollar pairs, although those candles you're probably thinking, why not, Tom? But for these reasons, you know, these weekly candles could quite easily change. And then before we know it, we've got a trade that potentially looks for buying before we start selling. You know, and euro US dollar. So, you know, this is the weekly chart, but obviously this candle hasn't finished forming yet. Yeah, so this level could quite easily hold. We just don't know until the end of the week, right? Whereas on the day chart, because of that news yesterday, we've clearly had a break. Yeah, but this daily candle could quite easily be a fake out and price starts closing back in. So really with these US dollar pairs, it might be a case of I just wait to the end of the week for them. So yeah, that's all the aftermath, backlash of the big news from yesterday. But I do have a couple of trades. A pound Aussie dollar, as I said, I like. But also we've got a couple of New Zealand dollar pairs that we're looking at. So first of all, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Okay. So, you know, price has been breaking down. Yeah, I'm just checking that. Yeah, so that makes sense in terms of a target. Yeah, but we're clearly in a downtrend. All right. And we've had a retrace to this level, which was a very nice level. Yeah, we've got a beautiful bearish candle. And the idea is just to come back down to these last lows. Okay. We don't want to come any further, guys, because there is resistance here. Yeah, and I like this 106 psychological level. So let's put that in as a target. All right. Okay, we like this level as a target. So I'm just trying to take it down to there, and that will be me done with this trade. If we drop down to the H4, all right, even the H1, you'll be able to see these levels clearly. So H1 is breaking down. Yeah, we can clearly see that it's breaking down. We're in a downtrend. If price starts breaking above this level, not interested. Okay, price could come back up to here. All right, but if we start getting a bearish reaction in here, we could start selling this pair. Yeah, or really, I'd really like to see a continuation of trend. So price breaks these lows, we get a retrace, and then we can start selling Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. I would also be interested if it did make its way all the way back up to here, and then I'd consider selling as well. So we've got these three levels that we're interested in selling from. All right, so that's Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, and then we've also got another New Zealand dollar pair, Euro, New Zealand dollar. If we start with the day chart, you know, this offers such good value, guys. Yeah, we was in this uptrend, okay, and then price has just broken down. All right, and then we find ourselves back at these highs and back at the moving average 20 and back at a resistance level. Lots of things to like about this level. You could possibly, you know, do a channel down here. Yeah, there's lots of reasons to like this level. Okay, so that's what we're using as an entry. Yeah, because the candle isn't super bearish, let's be honest, but that wick suggests sellers have come into the market. All right, if we drop down to the H4, sorry guys, I haven't put my targets in. So I'll have a target in here, and we'll have a target back down to here. This is probably this 550 level. Okay, and then if we drop down to the H4, we're just looking for a structure break, guys. So you'll see this more clearly on the H1. So H1 is in an uptrend, but it's stopped making highs. Yeah, you can see this. So we're waiting now for a potential break of these lows. Okay, if we get a break of this level, retrace, we can start selling in here, back down to here, if not further down to here. All right, guys, so those are my trade ideas for today. Let's take a look at the news now. For Wednesday, the 14th of February, guys, it's another big news day, really. China's on holiday, still on holiday. I've never known a country celebrate New Year so much in all my life. We get a day. But yeah, Happy New Year to the Chinese crew. But the news we're interested in, all of it's big news today. So 7 o'clock, London GMT, all these times are London GMT. Coming out of the UK, we've got CPI. All right, we saw what happened with US and Swiss franc yesterday. CPI is still super important. All right, so must be aware of this, guys. 10 o'clock GDP coming out of the euro. So again, you know, very, very important figures. I don't know why this is 2-star ratings. This should be 3. Yeah, GDP out of the euro at 10 o'clock could move any euro pair. 3 o'clock, we've also got the Bank of England governor speaking. So obviously he can move the pound when he speaks. So must be aware of that. 3:30, any oil traders or US dollar traders or Canadian dollar traders must be aware of crude oil inventories. And then if you're still up, guys, at 11:50, coming out of Japan, we've got GDP figures as well. All right, so yeah, another big news day. So must be aware, tread carefully. Guys, don't forget to join me for the live stream later today, 7 a.m. New York EST time. Have a great trading day. Subscribe and like, and I'll see you later.